Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing some partly cloudy conditions out there this morning, but temperatures on the cool side. Expecting a pretty nice and quiet weather day ahead today with some light winds and some slightly above average temperatures. Take a look at the current surface analysis. We have that area of high pressure built in over the eastern part of the country. That's going to keep things quiet the next day or two, and then we'll have a boundary approaching area as we go into the weekend. That's going to bring a few waves of precip chances as we move, particularly towards the second half of the weekend. If we look at the current conditions this morning, a few clouds around 18,000 feet, a scattered deck at 20,000 feet. Winds are calm to light and variable, seeing a temperature around 32 degrees, and the relative humidity is at 92%. So we look at the current visible satellite, we can see that cloud deck around 20,000 feet streaming through the area, but mainly additional high clouds off to the west and northwest. We'll see those moving through the area today. So mainly high clouds as we go through the day today, so some filtered sun expected, but overall nice day ahead. If we look at the NAM model here to see how things play out the next couple of days, again, we'll see those clouds streaming through the area, but things remaining dry. That continues as we go through the overnight time frame. We'll have a slight chance of maybe seeing some patchy fog or mist before sunrise tomorrow, and we'll see some slightly breezy conditions developing tomorrow, but should stay below wind advisory criteria, and we'll continue to see mainly high clouds around with some mostly to partly cloudy skies with some filtered sun coming through. As we go into the evening, Friday night into Saturday morning, we'll see a very slight chance of maybe a light sprinkle, maybe a light shower, but not a high chance of that happening, and if it does, it would be not much impacts from that at all. As you can see, a few reflectivity returns showing up here on the model, but as we go into the day on Saturday, we'll continue to see mild conditions and cloudy conditions as well, but we'll have a better chance of maybe a few light showers passing through the area. If any of these light showers push through, not a lot of precip with that, and not expecting any significant impacts, and most likely short-lived as they continue to push through the area. And then going into the evening, continue to see dry conditions with some clouds around, and then a better chance of rain moving in potentially for Sunday morning. So if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions as we move through the workday today, seeing those winds light out of the south around 4 to 9 knots as we get into the afternoon time frame. We'll see temperatures warming up to 50 degrees, so that's a few degrees above average for this time of year, and then again expecting those high clouds to stick around through today with some partly sunny conditions as we go through much of the afternoon. If we go into the evening time frame, we'll see temperatures cooling down to around 38 degrees and staying between 38 and 40 degrees as we go through the morning hours on Friday. Winds stay out of the south around 4 to 9 knots, and we continue with those high clouds and maybe a few mid clouds around before we pick up that yellow risk for some reduced sealants visibilities after the 4 a.m. time frame, with that slight chance of some patchy mist or fog in the area. Right now, tides are continuing to run slightly above normal with around 1 foot to 1.5 feet above normal, and we should see that gradually decrease as we go over the next day or two. Looking at the next couple of days, we'll see partly sunny to partly cloudy conditions for our Friday, slightly breezy, and we'll see another more mild day with a high around 56 degrees, so that's about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Seeing green conditions for our weather risk. That continues as we go into Friday evening with partly to mostly cloudy conditions, and we'll have that very slight chance of a light shower or sprinkle after midnight, but again, not looking too likely at this time, and we'll see that low temperature around 45 degrees, which is very mild for this time of year. As we get into Saturday, we'll see continued mostly cloudy to partly sunny conditions, and we'll see that chance of a passing light rain shower, looking at about 30% chance at this time. So we do have that yellow risk for precip for our Saturday. Otherwise, we'll see some gustier winds later in the day, but not expecting a wind advisory at this time for our Saturday, but we'll see our warmest day of the week with a high of 60 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. Take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.